love Pete. He was my best friend. We were married 51 years.
One of his best things, he gave the best hugs.
He was just that person that walked in and made you feel like you were the most important part of his life or his day at that moment.
My sister and Pete and I decided we were going to go to Lake Tahoe. So we booked the trip, and we were going to stay in a cabin up in the mountain. We would be away from people. We wore our masks. At that time, the planes, you didn't sit next to anybody unless it was somebody that you were traveling with. So we thought we would be safe. So we flew into Lake Tahoe, and we rented a car. And the only stop we made was to go in and buy groceries for our cabin. He did not go in. My sister and I went in, and we went to our cabin. And he actually started getting sick 3 or 4 days after we got there.
When I first learned that Pete had COVID, I remember being really scared. And I remember thinking, oh, no. He went in for treatment the first week to like an urgent care.
I sent him home. I thought, that's good. Okay, it's a good sign. He's going to be all right. Then it seemed to be, well, he's not eating. More is happening and not progressing much at all.
I guess I just tried to be optimistic. I don't think I knew enough about the disease. I thought that he would be okay.
An ambulance came to get him. They transferred him to a next level, like a hospital. And they transferred him to another level hospital. And I thought to myself, that's bad, because just a regular hospital can't care for him.
One of the hardest things, of course, of people with COVID is that you cannot go see them. But it is so hard knowing that you could text them and you could talk to them through a text, but he couldn't talk on the phone anymore. The last text I actually got from him, he said, please let everyone know that they're putting me on a ventilator tomorrow and I will not be able to talk to them again. I cried and cried and cried when he sent me that text, because then I knew that once they'd put him on the ventilator, that it was probably not a good sign.
So I kind of felt like whenever he got to that point, it was just a matter of time, really.
So I was probably the first person in a renowned hospital who had ever been allowed to go into the ICU COVID unit. Originally, I think I went up there, but I didn't know that I was actually going up there just to say goodbye. But when I got there, I knew that that was what was going to happen, that they were going to take him off the ventilator the next day.
He was a vibrant man who walked every day and worked every day and loved to cook and loved to travel and loved to spend time with his family. And that was all cut short in a month. And a vaccine could help prevent that for a lot of people.
I tried to carry on his traditions of making spaghetti and meatballs. I made meatballs a couple weeks ago, and I cried for about 2 hours because the house smelled like him. We have tried to have family get-togethers and still try, but it's never the same without him being there with us. When my husband got COVID, the vaccine was not out, but I can see what happens to people when they don't get vaccinated.
If someone is apprehensive about the vaccine, I just say, talk to somebody. Talk to a regular person that you trust.
I've shared my Uncle Pete's story with hundreds of people as this is a real illness that kills real people, that takes innocent people's lives all the time.
Please go out and get your shot.